Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about the Moche Civilization, an ancient culture that once lived along the northern coast of Peru. The Moche people, also called the Machica, were around from about 1 CE to 800 CE. Their land stretched from the Huaca Valley in the south to the Piura Valley in the north, and their influence even reached places like the Chincha Islands. The Moche weren't one big kingdom, but more like a group of regions that worked together. Each area had its own unique style, and people spoke different languages too. In the north, people spoke Mukic, while in the south they spoke Quingan. This language difference also showed up in their art and architecture, giving each area its own look. The Moche lived at the same time as the Nazca civilization, but because they conquered other groups, they became wealthier and more powerful. This allowed them to grow into one of the most impressive early cultures in the Andes. The Moche were fantastic artists, creating amazing murals, pottery, and metalwork that are still admired today. Their main city, also called Moche, was at the base of Cerro Blanco mountain. This city had homes, plazas, storehouses, and workshops. The most eye-catching features were two huge pyramid-like buildings made of adobe bricks. The larger one, called the Huaca del Sol, was over 50 meters tall, and built using more than 140 million adobe bricks, each marked by the maker. A ramp on the north side led to the top platform, which was shaped like a cross. The smaller pyramid, called the Huaca de la Luna, was also impressive. It was built with about 50 million adobe bricks, and had 3 levels decorated with detailed images of Moche myths and ceremonies. Both pyramids were built around 450 CE, and were brightly painted in red, white, yellow, and black. These pyramids were important for ceremonies, and the Huaca del Sol may have also been a burial site for important leaders. When the Spanish conquistadors arrived, they diverted the Rio Moche to break part of the pyramid and steal treasures from the tombs inside. Between these two pyramids were large houses with courtyards surrounded by walls. The fields around the city were neatly organized in small rectangular plots, and some even had small adobe platforms that Moche leaders may have used to watch over the fields. The Moche were skilled farmers who built canals, reservoirs, and aqueducts to bring water to their crops. Thanks to this system, they could support about 25,000 people. The Moche also had other important places. Paketnamu was a special pilgrimage site located on a mountain above the Jecapec River that was used as early as 200 BCE. They also had important centers at Panamarca, Huancaco in the Viru Valley, and Pampa de los Incas in the Santa Valley. And Moche religion was influenced by earlier groups like the Chavan, and later by the Chamu. While there's still much we don't know about their gods, some key figures stand out. One of the most important was Alpaic, a powerful sky god who some believed was the son of the main creator god. In Moche art, Alpaic is shown with sharp fangs, a jaguar headdress, and snake earrings. The Moche believed he lived high in the mountains, and they performed human sacrifices to please him. War prisoners, and sometimes even Moche citizens, were sacrificed in bloody rituals. Their blood was collected in ceremonial goblets, which was believed to ensure the god's protection and favor. Another major figure in Moche belief was Si, the moon goddess. The Moche believed Si was stronger than the sun god because she was visible both during the day and at night. Si was thought to control storms and the changing seasons, which had a huge impact on farming and daily life. This made her one of the most powerful deities in their culture. Interestingly, evidence like murals and the discovery of the priestess tomb known as La Señora de Cao shows that women could hold high religious positions in Moche society. This reveals that the Moche culture valued and respected female leadership in their religious practices. The decapitator god was another important figure in Moche beliefs. This terrifying half-man, half-jaguar figure is often shown holding a sharp sacrificial knife in one hand and a severed head in the other. In some artwork, the decapitator appears as a huge spider-like creature with fangs, ready to drain the life from his victims. These disturbing images weren't just symbolic. Archaeologists have found evidence that these violent sacrifices actually happened. At the base of the Huaca de la Luna pyramid, the remains of 40 men were discovered. Their bones had clear signs of mutilation, with cut marks, missing limbs, and even missing jaws from severed skulls. These sacrifices seem to have taken place during a time of extreme weather, possibly as an attempt to calm destructive El Niño storms that had ruined Moche farmlands. Ceremonial goblets found at Moche sites have traces of human blood, further proving that these rituals were a real part of their culture. Some tombs have revealed individuals dressed in elaborate costumes almost identical to figures seen in Moche murals. This strong connection between their religious art and real-life rituals shows just how deeply their beliefs influence their daily lives. The Moche people were also incredibly talented artists and craftsmen. They created some of the finest pottery, metalwork, and jewelry of any ancient American civilization. Some of the best preserved examples have been found in tombs at sites like Sipan, San Jose de Moro, and Huaca Cao Viejo. The Moche were particularly skilled potters, creating pottery that was both functional and beautifully decorated. While they often used molds to shape their pots, each one was carefully painted with unique designs. They commonly used cream, red, and brown colors to create their vibrant artwork. One of the most famous types of Moche pottery is the portrait pot. These incredibly realistic pots show detailed faces of real people, often with individual features like wrinkles, scars, or expressions. Some appear to depict the same person in multiple pieces. One face, identified by his distinctive cut lip, appears in over 40 different pots, showing how skilled the Moche were at capturing lifelike details. Over time, Moche pottery designs became more complex and detailed. Early designs featured a wide variety of subjects, but as time went on, they focused on fewer themes, exploring them in greater detail. One impressive style involved using bold silhouette figures outlined with fine lines, similar to the Greek black figure pottery style. They also created ceramic figures of musicians, priestesses, and captured prisoners, giving us a glimpse into everyday life and social roles in Moche society. Moche art tells powerful stories. Their murals, pottery, and metalwork often depict scenes from important religious ceremonies, battles, and social gatherings. They showed armored warriors, shamans performing rituals, and crescent-shaped boats sailing through the night sky with figures like Sai aboard. These images not only show their beliefs, but also capture moments of action and storytelling that give us a valuable look at their culture. By around 550 CE, the Moche faced serious struggles. A series of destructive floods followed by strong winds buried their farmlands and canals under layers of sand, forcing many Moche people to move north to the Lambayeque Valley. This led to the growth of new settlements like Sipan and Pampa Grande. At Sipan, archaeologists made an incredible discovery: the famous warrior priest tomb. This tomb contained extraordinary treasures, including a stunning gold mask, beautifully crafted jewelry, armor, and an intricate silver and gold peanut necklace, symbolizing the balance of life and death in Moche beliefs. Pampa Grande became another major site, covering an enormous 600 hectares. It included the massive Huaca Fortaleza, a 55-meter-tall platform with a 290-meter ramp leading to the top. At the summit stood a column structure decorated with murals of fierce feline creatures, symbols of strength and power. Unfortunately, after about 150 years of occupation, Pampa Grande was also abandoned. Environmental disasters, pressure from the Huari people, and internal struggles appear to have played a major role in its downfall. Evidence of fire damage across several buildings suggests there were serious conflicts near the end of the Moche period.